Filmmaker Mike Bennett and Brayden Olson openly discuss their journey together, forming a deeply moving portrait of Brayden's path to finding his father. The following conversation is an audio journal of their experiences. We hope you enjoy.
All right. So today we climbed Everest. We'll call it reaching the summit. That's what happened today. I mean, you nearly didn't get there. Let's be honest. You nearly didn't go.
So I was supposed to go yesterday to meet my father. And I said, you know what, Mike? I'm going to sabotage this.
So I think we can come back and do this.
Well, we were meant to do it yesterday, but...
I know. I sabotaged it. It's the worst day of my life.
It's not happening. I'm going to go to the bar down the street with you, and I'm going to drink too much, and then I'm going to feel too sick and have an excuse to not go the next day. And
that's exactly what you did.
I nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it. I mean, no one could have done a better job than that.
Yeah.
I nailed it.
Because you've done it so many times to me before, I didn't even...
So many times.
I didn't even fight it. I was like, do what you got to do.
Today was Sunday. We woke up. First thing I said was, how do I get out of this?
I need. If we don't leave the house soon, I'm not going to leave. I think I just need to put my feelings aside. I'm still struggling with, do I just hand him the letter and walk away? Or do I say, I was really curious to meet you, and then I don't even care if he reads it? I think that might be what it has to be. But that's so anticlimactic, you know? Yeah. We're going to have to rehearse this. Hi.
Now you're doing it again.
It's good to... No, it's, curious. Hi, Carlos. Just was curious to meet you. I'm Brayden. I'm your son. I wrote this to you, and do with it what you will. No stress. Read it or don't. Have a good day. And then you just see what happens. What if nothing happens? You just walk away? Do you give time before you walk away? What if he starts talking to me, though? Oh, God. Fuck. Are you kidding me? I don't want to talk to this guy. I just feel really low. Maybe this would be good. A bunch of endorphins. What am I going to wear? Last time I probably looked like a gay cowboy, so maybe that's why he didn't contact me back.
Would you have let me get out of it? No, I would have.
I don't think you would have let yourself get out of it.
I don't think I would have let myself.
You've gone past a certain
Anyways.
point.
I'll stop bringing this up, but I'm really worried that he's just going to ignore me. And then I need to have a plan for that. The thing is, I don't even really want to meet him. That's the thing. Which makes it a little easier, but also a little harder. I don't really care. I guess I'm just meeting him to, close the loop.
Yeah, like you said, it's like you climbed a mountain, and now you're just about to summit. Then you can just walk back down, walk away from it.
I need to know he doesn't want a relationship, but, I have to, you know what I mean? I have to know for myself, you know, from him.
Yeah.
If someone tells you, the water's hot, and then you touch it and you get burned, but, now you know. You know what I mean? Don't touch the stove. I think it'll be good because it'll be done. I don't have to think about this anymore. And you can't pressure me to go fucking do it. Not that you ever really have pressured me, you know, but I felt a pressure to it's something I've known that I'm going to have to do. And it's taken a long time to go and do it, you know? I mean, I just remember doing it with Pam. That was almost weirder because it's a complete stranger. You know what I mean?
You seem more stressed that morning than you do today.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that would be easier, but I think that was actually probably harder. Yeah, I just have to step back and look at it as like an out-of-body type experience, I think. I'm just gonna walk up and say it and see what happens, you know? What if he puts a curse on me?
So we finally get to the farmer's market to finally meet your father after over 3 years of tracking him down, finding him, proving it's your actual dad. You know, mind you, I've gone to this farmer's market, met Carlos many times, but this was the moment where Brayden was going to confront his father. And we get there.
No, I wouldn't say confront, because I wasn't trying to confront him. I was just trying to say hello and hear it from the horse's mouth, or whatever the fucking saying is. I said I had to touch the stove to make sure that it was hot, because people could tell you something, but you don't know that. That's at least how I learn. I have to make my own decision. I'm stubborn.
Yeah, as an adult, I get it.
Yeah, which is what drives me to do everything, but also is hard.
Yeah, and I think you went into it in a really great headspace. You wrote a beautiful letter. I
did write, and you know what? I wrote that letter more for myself, I think.
I think so too.
Because I've never written about anything about my dad onto a piece of paper, you know?
Yeah, it was kind of like journaling, but in a more elaborate way, I guess. but it was a way of you getting out what was in your head, which I thought was important. But I think you did it in a really beautiful way where you weren't asking anything of this person.
I'm not looking for a best friend. I have a best friend. I'm not looking for a role model. I have role models. Like, I'm not looking for anything other than to resolve this for myself, and hopefully it's resolved for you. But you know what's even better? That it might be now resolved for my mom. And I think that's what I never realized.
Yeah, I mean, I won't say we'll play the clip. We will play that clip in a bit because we'll get to that. But I think to set the scene, we went out to where Carlos works.
You can beep that out.
We're going to beep that out because we can't say where he works.
But we can say it's a farmer's market about 20 minutes from South Miami. That's legal.
He has a crystal store in Florida.
Yes, at a farmer's market with a lot of parking right off the freeway.
We got to the farmer's market, and it's probably the busiest I've seen it ever in over 3 years. It was so busy there. They nearly closed the car park because there was no spots left. So we were kind of like...
This is way too long to hand someone when it's this busy. It's also very sad.
The letter?
To hand him a letter when it's this busy. This is crazy. I mean, whatever. We're just going to do it. Can you tell me if this sounds crazy? Hi, Carlos. I've been super curious most of my life about you. I've never been angry or held anything against you. Life is super complex. I live in New York with my wife, Allison. I have no regrets about anything in my life, and I want to have peace and understanding between us. I think I now have it, and hope you will too. Trying to understand you from distance has filled in pieces of me. I wish you all the best energy in times of the world. I believe in the power of the universe and felt compelled to contact you. If you do not want to engage, I completely respect that and will end this chapter of my life. I'm a super happy, positive person. I wish you all the best. Take care. It's so busy, I wonder if he'll even have time to say hello.
If you would have said one thing negative, I would have been like, all right, let's go. Yeah, you're right. You know, before you even knew what you had done.
Yeah. And...
Well, here goes nothing, I guess. I just wanted to meet you. I just wanted to meet you in person. That's it. That's why I need a second. Yeah. You're going to say something like, hey, Carlos, Brayden, just wanted to meet you. I don't know, man. Oh, my legs felt weak. You see him? Like, I wonder if I just wait for there's a second when he's free, or I guess we'll go see. And I really don't want to.
I mean, I know you don't.
I mean, it might be a quick thing where I just hand him the letter and I don't have much to say.
You just walked straight up to Carlos.
Carlos? Yeah, what's up, B?
I just wanted to say hi to you. I'm Brayden.
And just said, hey, I'm Brayden.
No, I walked past him at first.
Oh, that's right. He thought you were a customer for 5 seconds.
So I walked up to him and I didn't feel how I thought I was going to feel. I didn't feel like a connection at all.
Right.
Because there wasn't a connection, which kind of like proved everything to me that this guy's a stranger. And just because you're like blood related to someone doesn't mean that you're necessarily related, right? Like,
that's interesting.
I think that it was like cold. Like, he doesn't seem like a real person to me. He just seems like a guy who sells crystals in the mall, like a weird shell of a person. But I'm also making this up in my head, but I need a story. So let's just say before I went in and said anything to him, before I say what happened, my worst fear was that he would not want to talk to me, take my note.
Your letter.
My letter. It was the letter. I bought a nice pen and some nice papers. It's very sad as shit. Bullshit. I'm more mad about that. And I wrote him a letter. And it wasn't a sap. It was just like, hey, I held nothing against you. And it's all good. Life's crazy. Like, I'm a positive person. I hope you're doing well. Very just like disarming.
No, it was normal. It was definitely normal. Like, considering what you could have said, it was definitely
There was not one negative thing in the whole letter. It couldn't have been a more disarming thing to say to someone. And I didn't know if I was going to give it to him or not. So I get there and he sees me and he says, what's up, bro? And I don't feel anything. And I say, oh, I'm just running through the script in my head. Oh, I just want to meet you. He's like, oh, cool. And I go, I'm Carlos. He goes, I'm Carlos. And I go, I'm Brayden. He gives me a fist bump. He goes, nice to meet you. And then when I said I'm Brayden,
hang on, you took your glasses off.
I did, and I didn't really mean to do it like a reveal, but like I didn't know when I was going to talk to him, and like I took my glasses off, and I think that's when I would like to say he looked in my eyes and knew it was me, but I don't know. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. But when I said my name, everything changed, and he was like,
Carlos?
Yeah, what's up, man?
I just wanted to say hi to you. I'm Brayden.
Nice to meet you.
You too. Can I give this to you? No? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
I'm gonna leave it here.
No.
It's for you. You could do whatever you want with it. Left me and walked to the back and kind of hid in the back.
So he turned his back on you.
He turned his back on me immediately. And then I'm standing there like, okay. So I follow him into the back and he's talking to like a 9-year-old girl. I don't know who she was. Obviously, they're related somehow. And I said, well, I don't really remember what I said. When I watched the footage, I said, are you good? Are you okay? Are you good? And he goes, I'm good, bro, or something like that. And then I was like, I wrote this letter, or I have this for you. Is this for you? And he said, no. He shook his head, said, no. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to leave it here. He goes, no, don't leave it here. And I was like, it's for you. I'm leaving it here. And so kind of like derailed quickly into like the worst possible outcome.
Yeah.
And then I left the store and he followed me out. He disposed of the letter.
You threw it away.
He threw it away?
Yeah.
He just got the letter and threw it away.
He said no. As soon as I said my name, he walked away and said no. And I go, can I get, and he went back in the back and I said, can I give this to you? He goes, no. I go, well, I'm going to leave it right here. He goes, I don't want it, go away. Then he took it out and went to the stall next door and threw it in the trash.
I knew going into this that I had to be okay with him not reading it and him doing that. And I had to be okay with the worst scenario, and the worst scenario happened. Maybe for me, was the best scenario. Maybe this isn't someone I want. Well, I know it's not someone I want to be around, associated. I'm down to be associated with anyone, but that's not normal behavior. Like,
not everything. I mean, it was total sociopath
It was
behavior.
just, it's like, I gave him every chance. I didn't like bombard him. I didn't come up to him in a crazy way with the cameras in his face. I came up to him as like a human being, and he treated me like not a human being. And so, yeah, I don't know.
You did. You gave him so much respect.
I gave him more respect than he deserved. I bought a nice pen. I got a nice piece of paper. I said nice things. Like, he doesn't deserve that respect. I don't want to be petty, and I don't want to feel revenge or anything like that. I just want to live a nice life, and that's like the best revenge I could have is like, I have a beautiful wife. I have an amazing family. It's all good.
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. I feel bad enough for him for about 2 seconds, and then it's got, I don't think that feeling bad will last. I think it's more of like a, dang, dude, like anytime I feel bad or if I'm with someone and all I have to do is think about the image of him throwing that letter away, like I don't think I could ever be mean to someone ever again in my entire life. It was almost like doing like DMT or something. It was like truly crazy.
Like an out-of-body experience.
It was an out-of-body experience, yes.
Right.
Truly. Like to watch someone do that and go, okay, like why ever be mean to anyone about anything? Even if they just stabbed you, being mean to them is not going to do anything.
His reaction was crazy.
I will say it was crazy, but he was very calm. Like, he just does not give a fuck. He's a psychopath.
Yeah.
There's music playing of birds chirping and waterfalls, and he's like dusting crystals. Like, clearly he's trying to find peace. Like, that's not something that like a normal person does.
Yeah, it's funny. I think we both thought, or maybe I'm also just a romantic and I think people are better than they are, but he just did the worst thing possible.
For himself.
Yeah, for himself too. And it was like watching.
I'd rather have him do that now than start like a friendship and then not hear from him again. I'd rather know and be like, all right, cool. Like, that's on you. I'm resolved. Whether you feel resolved, I think having a son and pretending like you don't, you are never going to be resolved.
Totally.
If you're normal. Mm-hmm. But if you're not normal, that means it drove you insane, right? Like, so I guess my takeaway is that.
Yeah, it's a bit weird, man. It's a bit weird to try and tell someone something and they just have absolutely zero interest. Like,
or empathy.
Negative empathy, negative interest. Like, it kind of sucks to know that is in me. You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna have to go see a therapist. You know? It's just crazy, dude. It's crazy that someone could do that. It's really crazy. It was the worst case scenario that I could have thought of. So I already had it played in my head that it was a possibility. Because if I didn't go into that mentality, I think I would be hurt. Like, I feel like a little hollow, but I don't feel like any like real emotion. Like, he's a stranger to me. I feel bad for him that he can't even have a conversation. Like, he must be tormented. Or maybe he's just so chill. Then that means he'd be like a sociopath, like, because that's crazy. And now he doesn't have that anymore. It's just doubt and sadness for someone who could have a fuller life, but they're choosing not to. Like, what's he gonna do the rest? Do you think he's just over it like that, or is it just gonna like bother him?
He acted like a 10-year-old child.
Yes, he's like a kid.
Like, when he threw the letter away, I was like shocked. I was like, how could you do that?
He walked across the hall, and there was a gate of a market that was closed, and he took the letter and he threw it through the thing. But so my crazy thing is someone's going to pick that letter up and either read it or be like, Carlos, this has your name. Like, it's like that letter has to be thrown away by someone. Someone's going to read that, and that's pretty nuts. But so the only thing my dad's ever said to me in my whole life is, nice to meet you.
And then walk away from
you. And then walk away.
Like, hide in the corner of his store.
Yeah. And then not read a letter that I wrote him that had no bearing on anything. It was more effort to get up and take it and walk across the hall than it would be to just leave it there and not touch it. Like, so he's scared of it. It's like a fucking voodoo curse.
Yeah, it was horrible. It was kind of like horrible, but then it was nice in a weird way to be like, fuck that guy.
See, and that guy's already fucked.
Like,
but I know you're saying, like, fuck that guy. That's why it's not about him.
But we'd given him so much space and the benefit of the doubt and be like, maybe he's got something to say and let's let him say it. And
yeah, nothing.
And we've spent so long trying to accommodate for that, and it just didn't happen. And we thought, fuck, like, he's just living in this bubble.
I wonder what it's like to be with someone like that. Like, his partner was so nice to me when I approached her. Like, so nice. It made it sound like we were going to meet him and everything was going to be fine. But I don't care anymore. It's done. It's a closed circle. And when I called my mom today...
And I can play the clip there, because that phone call was really beautiful and intense.
Hey, Bert.
Hello?
What's going on? I'm here.
Oh, not much. Just left the farmer's market where Carlos works at.
Did you see him?
Yeah.
Did you talk with him?
So I wrote him just a little bit about me, just to give to him or whatever. But yeah, I talked to him and I said, "Hi, just wanted to meet you." And he's like, "Oh, what's up, man?" And I go, "I'm Brayden." And as soon as I said that and took off my glasses, he just turned around, left, and then the letter I gave him, he just threw it away and said, "No, I want nothing to do." He has some issues, I think.
Yeah, he does.
And
he said he wants nothing to do with you?
Well, in so many ways, or no, just no. Yeah, no. He does. I mean, it's pretty clear, but I just kind of feel bad for him. Not that bad, but I feel more I don't feel bad about myself or bad. I really love you, and I thank you so much, and I just think that he I don't know. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's like sociopathic behavior.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
So was he the only one working there and he just walked away?
It's a small booth. Yeah, he's the only one that works there. Yeah.
And when you said Brayden, he just turned around and you gave him the letter and he just threw it?
Yes. Sort of like that, yeah.
He didn't come back?
You don't wait around when someone does that. Now I know.
Yeah.
The cycle is...
So sorry.
You shouldn't... Why are you sorry? I mean, I feel bad for... I feel bad for him.
I just think anybody that can do that has got to have issues, right?
I mean, anyone who dedicates their life to selling energy crystals, might be a little... have some things they're dealing with,
Yeah.
Wow. But that's pretty much how I thought it was going to go, but I didn't actually think that would be like that. But, I mean, I guess it's the cycle is complete, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It weirdly makes me want to have a kid so I can be a good dad.
You'd be an excellent dad. Oh my gosh. I kept wondering, well, how's that going to go with his wife or whatever she is? She knows, right? I mean,
yeah. I did take a photo of the letter. I thought about sending it to her and just saying, just so you know, I dropped this off. He didn't want to read it. I'm done with my journey, and I wish you both the best, you know?
That would be good to do.
Just because I don't have like any ill will or any like bad intentions. Like, I mean, you know, we all choose how to live our life, and I mean, that's how you want to live. That's how he can live. That's fine. So
yeah,
it's just nice to know there's no. I have no more questions.
Okay. Did Mikey film it or anything?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I'm glad glad you did it. I'm glad we didn't know what was going to happen. And
I just had to do it. I just had to do it. Like, even though you've already tried and done stuff, like, it's one of those things where it's like, I have to touch the stove to make sure it's hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And I didn't get burned or anything. You know what I mean? I feel good.
Yeah.
I feel like now I have a better understanding of myself. It's a little scary to know that guy is inside of me a little bit, because I don't ever want to act like that towards someone. So maybe it'll make me be a better person. And I just really appreciate you. And I know I don't tell you enough, but I love you so much.
I love you so much. And
thank you for raising me.
Remember, yeah, I love you more than anything in the world. You know, you remember when his dad, it's been so long, like, I think his dad left Carlos when he was 10 or something. So there's something, I don't know, it's been so long, but I've just been praying, like, just saying whatever it is, I didn't want you to get hurt or feel like you're rejected, because it's not that.
No, I have a very full life, and I love you, and I love Allison, and I have great friends, and if anything, it's just, I'm glad I documented this whole thing, because you know, I don't know, it's just interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I just keep thinking, like, when he took the letter and walked away, that he's gonna regret that. He's never gonna get another opportunity.
Yeah, but it's the end for me. You know what I mean? I don't. You know, he can choose his own ending however he wants, but I've chosen my ending, and I think I've done it in a very graceful way.
You did.
I'm not going to sit there and yell at him, "I'm your son, how dare you," and keep going back in there. That's psychotic.
No.
That's psychotic behavior. No, I have my own life that's just fine.
Yeah. Well, I'm proud of you, Brayden. I'm proud that you did that. I'm glad it's done.
Yeah, you don't, and you're lucky that you didn't end up with...
Tried to send him pictures and letters and nothing. So
you don't want to be with... You're lucky that you didn't end up with him, because that's not good. You don't...
Yeah.
That guy's insane.
No.
So.
I could have owned a crystal shop.
Yeah, you would have been working in Florida at a crystal shop in a mall. So.
Oh my gosh, I just gotta take some time to absorb this.
Yeah, but it was more just like bizarre. Like, that's not like normal behavior by a human being.
It is not. Did he have like his animal skins and long hair?
Of course, yes. That's what he wears. That's who he is.
Oh my God, so bizarre. That's just so bizarre. That is very abnormal human behavior. I mean, a normal person would kind of go, "What the?" You know.
I mean, you would at least be curious to read it. You know, it's almost like if he was expecting me to come and he was ready to throw it away. It was like very bizarre.
Yeah, I'm sure he was, and whether he goes back and gets it or not, but he just. Inside he knows it's true, so that's got to be beating him up. I
had to be okay with him not ever reading it and not ever wondering if he read it, so I hope that you are too when you've sent him stuff, because you have to just be okay with it. You know, who cares? We have each other, and we don't need someone like that in our life.
Yeah, it's very true. I'm sure he didn't read anything I ever sent him.
Yeah, but you shouldn't even worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it. I don't care. I've done everything. And that's it. And now I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to go to that stupid farmer's market in Florida ever again.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. I love you, Brayden.
I love you too. So maybe it'll bring us closer too, huh?
Yeah, I just got to absorb this. I'm in Home Goods, and I just sit down on one of the freezers of the furniture. sitting here on a chair talking.
Well,
oh my goodness.
yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
great guy.
Yeah. One in a million.
But I just didn't want you to be upset because I feel I'm good.
Yeah, take it, I'm good. I mean, you're the only one that matters.
Yeah, I thought it was therapeutic. I don't know. I feel bad for him.
I feel bad for him too because that deep down he knows. He wouldn't have acted that way. He knows exactly who you were.
Well, of course
he said your name.
Yeah. I mean, his wife sent him a photo of me too. So.
Yeah.
It's just weird because his wife is like so sweet and nice. So.
Yeah.
Anyways, I just wanted to let you know I just left, so.
Okay, all right. I might call you later.
Yeah, call me later.
Process it. I don't want to keep you. Okay,
all right. All right, love you too. Bye. I feel like I'm more connected to her now. I feel like I was never connected to her because there was a side of me I didn't know, so I was only like half connected. And now that I've seen the other side, I just want to fully be connected to her. I don't want anything to do with the other side because that's not me. You know what I mean? I'm like my own person. I can be whoever I want, but I definitely don't want to be like that, you know? If anything, it's going to make me like a better human being, I think, to see that. Like it's like heartbreaking for him. Like, and I'm not just saying that to like mask any like feelings that I have. It's truly heartbreaking to like for him. Like that sucks. You can't even read that's crazy. I feel like something's off my chest for sure. Maybe that's what I'm feeling. I can breathe. It's just crazy that like you can go in there and you've had a longer conversation with my father than I have. That's like bizarre to me.
Yeah, and he told me his whole life.
Yeah. That's kind of the most wild thing is that really, you know? I just want my mom to like stop worrying about it. Because it's a huge guilt on her. I hope the guilt's lifted off of her, but for some reason I feel like it's going to be even more on her unless I talk to her and tell her that it's definitely not, you know? Because she feels like she failed as a parent. I don't really want to spend too much time thinking about it. I'll talk about it, but I think I just have to be okay with it, you know?
I feel like we're closer now.
Weirdly, it started with your mum and it's kind of ended with your mum. We didn't think, even though it's about finding your father.
No, yeah, it was about like finding my mom and our relationship. Yeah. And why she treats me the way she does.
She was also kind of devastated that he did what he did.
Mm-hmm. And it happened again to my sisters with a different guy. So
right.
It's like I also went through that guy too. So I think it is a lot of regret and stuff.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, that phone call from her afterwards when we were driving the car was quite touching.
So now what?
I don't care. Like, you've done what you had to do.
Should we find someone else's dad?
No, I mean, maybe, but like your journey's definitely complete on its own.Maybe he'll reach out, maybe he won't. We don't really care.
No, I don't think I would.
Resolved what you need to resolve, you know, like.
I was trying to think about that. If he did reach out, I think I'm done either way. I think I'm just done.
Yeah, I can understand.
Why would you want to? This is like
it's too much.
It'd be like going and dating the girl who rejected you, like after she just rejected you. You're like, no, I'm good. I think I knew deep down that he's delusional. He's living in his own world.
Yeah, he just like can't let anything in.
Yeah, I truly am bummed that because I like to be friends with people. I truly am bummed that I can't talk to someone about a part of me I didn't know about. But now that I know that part, that's not a part of me anymore. Now I can get to know myself better and make with the parts I do have. Like, that's not, like, I feel like I can do new roots. I always wondered where my roots were, but my roots are wherever I want them to be. Like, I can go start my own family.
Yeah. With
my own friends, with my own children, with, you know, like, I think the easiest thing was my mom told me that stove was hot, basically, in so many ways, and to not go and touch it, but I had to.
But she also wanted you to touch it.
She did want me to touch it to see if it was still hot.
But she also wanted to resolve it for herself, I think, in a weird way.
You know what, though? I touched it and I didn't get burned. Even
your reaction post him doing those crazy things was so calm.
I think because we've been down there so many times and I've seen him, I feel like I kind of knew, you know, observing from a distance, I learned about myself.
Does it scare you at all, his reaction
It scares me that so I told Allison, I said, it scares me that person, I share DNA with a mind with that person, but she's told me that I don't. And I don't because I say I don't.
We can do the nature versus nurture argument all night.
Well, yeah, but that's never been resolved, so that means it's not real. Nature and nurture, they're both real. Depends who you grew up with and how you were treated in what environment. That's like saying what came first, the chicken or the egg. It's both. It's nature and nurture. There's no one versus the other.
Yeah.
It's not possible. It depends who you grew up with and where you grew up with.
Yeah.
It's a combination of them both.
Yeah, no, I agree.
So we just solved that problem.
Yeah.
Just something to think about.
Something to leave the audience with. This is quite a late night podcast. We don't normally do this. We just had to get something down. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a strange day, but it feels good.
How do you feel?
I feel good. I felt like I was so calm. Even you missing the first day, I didn't even give a shit. Like, you need to do it when he's ready. And you resolve something within you.
Yeah.
Which was the whole point of this whole exercise. We wouldn't have made a film about it otherwise. But you nearly need to go down that rabbit hole to figure it out. Mm-hmm. And you get lost along the way, and it's confusing.
I mean, I'm psyched. I'm psyched. Just never in my entire life have I ever been able to say that I've met my dad. I met my dad, dude. I met my fucking dad. Like, it doesn't matter whether he wanted to meet me or not. I met him, and I've met my dad. So yeah. I feel good. Not good. I feel whole, you know? I met my dad today. It's crazy.
It was definitely crazy.
But maybe it wasn't, but I met my dad. I met my dad today. It's nuts. That's not really, you usually meet your dad when you're born on the first day of your life. I met my dad 37 years later. I know it's not super rare because shit like that happens all the time, but most people meet their dad when they're born. Most people. And then they leave before, maybe you even have a memory, or maybe you have some memories, but I never had any memories, anything, nothing. Just my mom at work and me home. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And he was doing something that whole time, and I met him today. He's a crystal healer. I mean, yeah, I met my dad. That's crazy.
Taken a long time to get there, but we did it.
I'm just glad, I guess, I get to share this with other people so that I can, normalize it with myself, I don't know if I said that right, but,
yeah, that makes sense.
At least someone else will be like, whoa, that I'm not crazy. That is not normal behavior. That is crazy. Not crazy, but that's an odd way to act. Yeah. Well, thanks for doing this with me.
No, thank you for letting me. I feel like your growth was kind of amazing to watch. From where you started.
I started not married, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
And I started...
That's the whole other movie. All right, you think you got enough footage of this to even tell a story here?
Too much, I think.
Really?
Now. Yeah.
All right. Well, on that, let's go and have a toast and soak it all in. You met your dad.